We love food.
Well, here we are. Who thought they were going to have Thanksgiving in the desert of Egypt? But we're here. We're here. I feel like I keep saying this to you guys individually and every time I grab a mic, but thank you. We are so honored, honestly, honored for you guys making this trip to celebrate us. It has been the most magical week of our lives. And it's going by way too fast. Our word together, we keep saying to each other, before this all started, we said, savor. Savor every moment, savor every inch, savor every conversation. And that's what we're trying to do, but it still feels like it's going too fast. So there's still a wedding. I know some of you said, yeah. Some of you said tonight was the wedding. Tomorrow's the wedding. We'll step it up another notch, I promise you. But yeah, I just want to say thank you and enjoy Thanksgiving. But before I go, I want to say one thing. You know, I got to say it diplomatically. No, so you guys took a chance coming to Egypt. And I know some of you, many of you, some that are not here, were a little worried about Egypt and the region. And I'm so thankful for all of you to have come here. Because if there's anything Audrey and I ask you to do, and I really mean that, in lieu of a gift, in lieu of anything, you really, really want to do something for us, is go back and educate people. Tell them about, tell your community, tell your families, tell your in-laws, Jesus, your in-laws, tell them what a week you had and how great this country is and how welcoming it is. That would be the greatest gift you could ever give us. Enjoy the night. Everybody's on a camera. Sorry-ish. Yeah. I know my role. Bob Barth.
Thank you very much. So yes, I am Audrey's dad, and I have a few things to say about Dia's hair. One, that hair was our introduction to Dia. A long, long time ago, Audrey shared a picture of a very fancy sports car, and it was even colored Tennessee orange. But the car in the picture did not catch our attention nearly as much as the smile on the driver's face. A smile that was surrounded by an astounding amount of hair. B, the hair is proof that every little girl grows up to marry someone who's just like Daddy. And 5, I got a phone call from 1972 a few days ago. It was Led Zeppelin calling from 1972. They knew I was going to be seeing Dia, and they wanted me to ask to let you know that they want their hair back. So everybody, if the hair doesn't convince you that Dia is a rock star, then let me assure you that he has the guitars to prove it. He doesn't know how to play them, but he bought them anyway, which surprises nobody. For those of you who don't know Dia, he is Mr. Enthusiasm. Here's a few examples. A, he sees the guitar, he buys the guitar more than once. 2, he dreams of a one-of-a-kind bicycle company. He creates a one-of-a-kind bicycle company. And 5, he sees a family of tall people, and he joins a family of tall. When Audrey and Dia asked me to say a few words, the emphasis they put on a few tells you all you need to know about me. Dia also warned me that they asked Dan to say a few words too, and that I was consequently going up against a professional. Audrey explained, of course Dia sees it that way because everything in Dia's life is a competition. I have a few words to say about that. 1, Dan, have mercy on me. I'm old. The comedy center of my brain is atrophied. Just ask my family. They will confirm this. B, Dia, you can stop competing now. Look at who is marrying you and accept the fact that you have won. You are taking home the grand prize. And 5, the real reason they emphasized that they were only asking me to say a few words is that I could go on for days about what a great prize you have won. But because of the a few limit, I have to succinctly state the priceless nature of Audrey. So here goes. A, she loves her cat. 2, she is a rare combination of brilliance, profound talent, willingness to work, ability to cook and bake gourmet foods, and the ability to walk really fast in high heels. And 5, she is one of those rare people who is a great comfort to have around. Such a comfort that everything gets better when she shows up, and such a comfort that we miss her immediately and intensely as soon as she leaves again. Audrey's company, the comfort and ease that comes with her company, and the home life that the two of you get to experience together is the real value of the grand prize that you have won, Dia. I understand that it will not be a traditional home life because of your inability to stay in one place for more than 5 minutes. But you and Audrey have already demonstrated and experienced that wherever you go, as long as you are together, you are home. Now, I promise to shut up and sit down soon, but I'm going to close by focusing on one aspect of Audrey and Dia's relationship, which is that they were friends first before they became a couple. Audrey has known Dia for 13 years. Dia has known Audrey for 23 years because he's older. Audrey's mom, Ellen, right over there, Audrey's mom, Ellen, and I did the same thing. When the romance went front and center for us, Ellen was able to say that one of the things she loved about us was the fact that we had known each other forever. So I'm confirming that slow and steady is a darn good strategy for finding a life partner. But Dia, slow and steady is probably not a good advertising theme for Ventum. My wish for you is that you continue to have the same type of phenomenal experience that Ellen and I have. I regularly walk into a room and I find Ellen there, my true friend and favorite person for 45 years, from 45 years ago. That same person has somehow traveled across space and time and is suddenly right there in front of me. It's an amazing phenomenon. It's an amazing feeling. And it's amazing that you two have committed to each other for life so that from now on you can walk into a room somewhere in the world and find your Miami buddy from all those years ago suddenly right there smiling at you. So we are so happy for you. We adore you as a couple. Everybody, please raise your glass to Audrey and Dia. Cheers.
Hello. Test. For the next toast, we have Anywho. One of my very best friends, my roommate for a few years.
Yeah, through the pandemic.
Through the pandemic.
A lot.
And here she is. Thank you. Okay. Hi.
First of all, I just want to express gratitude. It is Thanksgiving after all. This is an insane wedding week. And I just want to shout out Audrey and Dia for just all of the thoughtfulness and bringing all of these beautiful people together. It's just a real treat and honestly an honor to be up here. I'm flattered that you asked me. And I think I speak on behalf of every single person here, as well as like the New York crew. You know, just we love you and thank you guys. And we're so excited to be here with you guys to just celebrate your love. It's a really, really special day. It's also not even the wedding. Like, isn't that insane? Like, this is just a dinner, which again, I feel like says a lot about Audrey and Dia as people. The first time that I met Dia, I was like, I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but all of a sudden I just hear this like joyful running up the stairs and I just hear Audrey hysterically laughing. And I don't know if you've ever heard Audrey laugh, and I'm not Dan, so I can't make her laugh on command, but she was just like laughing and laughing and laughing. And I was just like, oh my God, like what's going on? So I come out of the room and it's her and Dia just like talking excitedly. They like had just burst in from like an evening out and they were like, oh, like let's go meet the neighbors. Like, let's go do this. And they were so excited. And that energy was so infectious that I was like, who is this guy? Like, cause I'd never seen you before. And it's just like a guy bursting into our home with like my laughing roommate. And I was just like, I got, there's something about you. And I would say that, you know, over, you know, the years, I guess at this point, the more I've gotten to know you, I think, you know, it's just so clear to us that like you guys were always meant to be. And I think the one story that I really want to share is when Audrey was sick, Dia DM'd me on Instagram and asked me what would make Audrey feel better, dumplings or wine. And of course, I consulted with Audrey and I was like, what would make you feel better? And she's like, both. And I'm like, both. And Dia's like, she's got both. And he literally, or I think you ordered like one of everything off the menu, which again, a very Dia thing to do. And all of us were just floored. Like we were so shook by how big-hearted you are and like how happy you wanted to make Audrey. And I think in that moment we were like, okay, this is it, you know? And I think when you guys finally committed to each other, you know, like Audrey obviously moved to Utah, brought Cholula, and I think you guys have just both grown so much as people. I've literally watched Audrey become an athlete. I've watched Dia overcome a cat allergy. And it's just a really special thing to be able to see you guys blossom together as a couple and build this really beautiful life full of just joy, you know? Like I think whenever I think of Audrey and Dia, I just think of joy. And I think it's such a beautiful celebration of life, you know, just to see you guys together. And even in the small day-to-day things and, you know, in the big things as well, when you guys are traveling, it's just, it's really beautiful. I feel very, very emotional now. And I think everybody loves love, right? Like Luke and I, my partner, have been to like 10 weddings this year. We still have like 2 more to go to. But I will say, like, I think this love is really, really special. I think because you guys have built a beautiful life together and you guys just want to celebrate the best qualities in each other and bring each other up and, you know, just amplify everything in each other, which is, again, insane because you guys are probably 2 of the most impressive people that I know. But, you know, I think it's lovely. And so I would love to just host a toast. I don't even have a drink with me, but I'll metaphorically hold my phone up. Oh, yeah, thank you. But then I can't. So I would love to propose a toast to Audrey and Dia for bringing us all here together for the most epic Thanksgiving, the most epic week. And I think we should just revel in each other's company and revel in their love. And may your life together be filled with all of that infectious laughter and joy. And yeah, thank you guys so much for bringing us all here. Cheers.
Tell it to my heart. Tell me I'm the only one. Is this really love or just a game? Tell it to my heart. I can feel my body rock every time you call my name. Tell it to my heart. Tell it to my heart.
He also goes by MLC, Midlife Crisis. What can I say about you? Everything. This guy is my best friend. This guy is my rock. This guy took me through so many moments in my life. You have to understand that we left Egypt. I was 9 months old. I know you think I'm a local, but I was very young. And we went we went to Switzerland. And my mom, and this is a testament to the incredible mother that raised us. It is a testament. Because every day before school, every day, she would say, it's you and your brother against the world. It's you and your brother against the world. Now, for a kid that does not speak French, and who's a little chubby. I know I look pretty fit right now, but yeah, I used to be fat, and no, but it was hard. It was hard. It was hard to make friends. It was hard to assimilate. It was hard to learn the language. I had to do it again when I moved to the U.S. because I didn't speak a word of English when we moved to the U.S. But I always had him. I always had my rock, and from little things, he was an amazing basketball player. I was the worst. I had 2 left feet and 1 arm. It was terrible. But I don't know if you guys remember, back in the day, you shoot for captains, and the captains get to pick people, right? And of course, Omar makes it on the first go, and the first person he picked, Dia, my brother. And it's he's shooting himself in the foot because I'm a disaster, but he didn't want me to be left out because no one would have picked me. And those are just a little story of what this guy means to me. This guy is everything. Good luck. Jeez. I'm not liking this. The first 2 speeches were supposed to be duds to make me look good. They were focusing on the wrong person, Dan the professional. I was gonna come and undercut them all. But pretty special night. Pretty special night. So I think most of you don't know who I am. So I'm Omar. I'm Dia's introverted older brother. I know you're laughing because you're surprised about the older thing, right? Yeah, most people, that takes them by surprise. I'm also the non-mistake half of the Noor brothers. Yeah, I took it there. Yeah, Dia was a mistake. That's okay. But our mother doesn't like the word mistake, so she calls it a surprise. But we all know that's mom code for mistake.
Okay? But Dia has taken his surprise title to heart. Starting at a young age, Dia does the most elaborate surprises in the world. Whether it be a birthday, anything. And he plans it to perfection and is so thoughtful, right? Try to surprise him. Let me tell you, it's a special ops. Like, we literally have like radios, we're like, do this, release the canaries, right? And it's like, and then literally I give him the box, he takes the box, and he has a sixth sense. He just goes, this is an Elton John doorstop. What? Okay, I get you figure out the doorstop, but Elton John? Like, I'm like, how is this guy even know that, right? But let me tell you, Audrey, I know I don't have to tell you this, but you're signing up for a lifetime of surprises. And if you ever need to surprise him, I got your back. So Dia asked me to do the hardest thing possible. It's not public speaking. I lose my shyness as soon as I see a microphone. But it's to do a speech not about me. Okay? That has never happened. And worse yet, he wants me to do a speech about him. Right? So if anybody has ever come to dinner at our house, you'll know that is almost an impossible feat. Right? So I've worked really hard, but I still need to get it out of my system. So most people here, you have Netflix? Okay, while you're in Egypt, you can watch my film. It's on Netflix, but it's not available in the US because then you have to VPN in and it just doesn't work. So like, just, yeah. All right, I got it out of my system. I promise you now I'm gonna change. I'm gonna focus. It's gonna be about Dia. So Dia and I are known as Irish twins. Does anybody know what Irish twins are? Please help me. What is it? Oh, is it 11? Oh, crap. Well, this doesn't work. We're 18 months apart. Whatever. We thought we were Irish twins. But let me tell you, because of my youthful complexion, people would always think that we are twins, right? And we really, really act like twins. We finish each other's sentences. Well, mostly I finish his sentences, right? But it still works. I'll tell you though what Dia never has done in his entire life. I have some pretty ludicrous ideas, some ridiculous dreams. And earlier this evening he said, oh, Omar is my rock. He's lying. It's the other way around. Dia has supported me through thick and thin. He supported the most ridiculous dreams, whether it be an Olympic quest, a second Olympic quest, rowing across the Atlantic, right? Or giving me an audience to DJ in front of, right? After 6 months of DJing, I'm like, what? Yeah, I love it. Everybody was on the board, it's like, and everybody was like, ah. All right, so he always supported me. And so Audrey, I know I don't have to tell you this, but Dia will support your dreams through thick and thin. You could not find a better partner. One thing that our beautiful mother, that Dia already mentioned, and he already mentioned the story, actually I was going to mention. All our lives, she said, you got each other's backs. Any of you out there, young parents that want to like take some notes from somebody who's nailed parenting, go over there to my mother, Fatma Salim, to our mother, and you'll learn exactly how that works. But let me tell you, Dia took this whole like I got your back thing a little bit too literally. Let me explain. So in high school, Dia, one part of his character is he just doesn't like injustice. If Dia sees an injustice, it doesn't matter if it's related to him or not. He will speak up, right? So combine that with like, I got your back, and it's not a good formula for me. So this is what happens. Dia would go and see a football player, I don't know, defensive lineman or whatever, picking on somebody, okay? And Dia would step up, and he would flare up. And when things start to get serious, because I was 2 years older or a year and a half older, he goes, Omar, take care of this. I'm like, wait, I know he's 2 years younger, but that guy is huge, he doesn't have a neck. And if you think like, oh, okay, you know what, with age, he's gonna blossom, he's gonna get out of that. Not so much. Fast forward a few years, we're in our 30s, and we're traveling through Europe, and we end up in Poland, right? Poland, and we're partying. It was off season, and we went to one of these cellars underneath, and it's partying, and it's really cool, and we loved it. We had a good time until the largest Polish man I have ever seen that decided he was gonna have, you're tiny compared to that guy, okay? Who decided that he was gonna lose his neck. Look, so it goes head, shoulders, okay? And he was chatting with a young lady, and he wasn't very pleasant. And I saw Dia's crazy eyes. And I'm like, oh, no. I was like, please, let's keep this under control. And one thing led to another. And as I am doing my moves, and I mean, you'll see some of the moves, and I do this crazy spin move, right? And I'm coming around, spin move. I see my brother. I go for a second round. I'm going for the second round. I don't see my brother. All I see is a tuft of hair down and this Polish guy on top of him. I see red, I jump on his shoulders, okay? But at the time, I did the opposite. I was skinny, now I'm fat, right? But I was skinny. Skinny triathletes, what can you do, right? And we're trying to rip him off of Dia. And you know, in America, you get into a fight in a club, 2.2 seconds, poof, you're out. Oh, not in Poland. In Poland, I'm waiting. I'm like, this has gotta stop. This has gotta stop. Next thing you know, the Polish people, it's like they knew what they were doing. They're like, pa, circle. Circle? What is going on? And next thing you know, the guy squares up. And this is, guys, I'm not exaggerating. This happened. The guy squares up and he starts to come at me. And now I'm circling. And the club is like, the music is going. And I'm like, this is not a good situation. So, because the guy is so big, and I was skinny, but ripped, right? And we all know that when you're wearing clothes, it's not gonna look that threatening. So I decided that the first thing I should do as I'm circling him is take off my shirt slowly, very slowly, exposing my abs. And also, when you remove the shirt, I wanted him to think, what, does he do it a lot? Like, he's doing it so much that he knows the shirt has to be removed? Is it gonna get so bloody, right? And we're circling, and Dia jumped up him like a spider monkey from behind. And we came out on top. Let's just say we came out on top. And the security came, and then we're ready to be kicked out. And he goes, nah, you over here, you over here. We're like, dude, you're gonna keep him in the club. Like, this is not gonna be good. And, typical Dia. Fast forward 30 minutes, we're having drinks together, and he's telling us about his wife's divorce, and we became best friends. So Audrey, yeah, he did land a punch on Dia pretty hard. But Audrey, I don't need to tell you this, but if you're with Dia, he will always, always, always have your back. Always have your back. Or he's gonna just ask me to take care of it. But let me tell you something. It wasn't always roses and unicorns. Oh no. Having two brothers this close in age, two boys, meant that there's immense competition. Immense competition. And sometimes the competition would bubble over. And when it bubbles over, it gets a little ugly. Right? Like the time my brother decided he was gonna shoot me with a BB gun point blank. And I don't know if you guys even know what BB guns are. I mean, we're that old that children were allowed to play with BB guns, right? Or the time that he stabbed me with the sharp end of a compass into my leg so that the compass was just sitting up, right? Like, so it's just pretty aggressive times, and he's the younger brother, right? But he beat me to the altar. Right? He beat me to the altar, right? Yeah. And a beautiful altar that is. But that has lit a fire under Fleur, my fiance, and my ass, that now we're getting married in 6 months. Right? Right. So if we're gonna come second, we're not gonna come second by far. Right? And the joke is on them because we've been taking notes. Oh yeah. I mean, we're not guests. We're going around going, that cable exposed. That, what, they use camels? We will come in on the humans. Our guests will bring us in. And we're also holding, this is an audition for the sequel. So if any of you are interested, make sure you come talk to Fleur. You might get invited to, part 2 of this thing, right? But in all seriousness, what that meant is because of this competition, Dia always grew up faster. He always grew up faster. He got things earlier because we pushed each other. And I can honestly say that he surpassed me on so many levels. He never ever went by the rules. He never ever cared about tradition. He knew who he was at a very young age and didn't let anybody shape that. I was much more square, went around, and my little brother, who's not my little brother, who was my older brother, opened my eyes to this world. And the way that I see this world and the Omar that people know today is because of Dia. Yeah. So Audrey, I gotta tell you, I know I don't have to tell you this, but with Dia, you will always discover, it will always be an adventure, it will always be fun, life and laughter, and no matter what you do, he will always be there for you. So as you can imagine, growing up together, adding a third and fourth person to the mix, that was hard because we are so close, right? So we had a rule growing up. It's called the veto rule. Now the veto means that it doesn't matter how in love you are with the person that you have chosen, if I come in and I go veto, that's it. There's no questions asked. They must leave. They must leave, right? And let me tell you, you think it wouldn't be used? Dia has used it on me numerous times, right? And I've actually had to use it on him a couple times. But with that simply means that whoever ends up with a newer brother, they gotta be pretty special. And Audrey, I can honestly tell you, you're full of life, love, laughter, your smile. Has anybody seen Audrey not smile? Like, I saw it once and I was worried. But like, I don't even know what they do to these bards. Like, how do you guys do jaw muscle, cheek muscle exercise? If I couldn't do this all day long, I just couldn't. So, yeah. Audrey, more recently, I got to call you my sister-in-law. And I have to say, it rolled off the tongue. It rolled off the tongue and I felt a bubble of excitement because our clan got bigger. Our clan got funner with you in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to raise a glass to two people who lead absolutely epic lives and share that epicness with everybody around them. And may you always, always do that. Cheers.
Please tell me, Marco, if we cool then as friends. But But we still play pretend, act like all skies have no end. I defend you in wars that are bigger than us. I'm floored at the door where we giggled and hushed. I'm triggered by touch, I'm sniggered at love. Dance with destiny when it delivered the dove. But I must find a little piece of hope.
You're lost in your own crowd. It's time to figure out. We sit in silence. I wish you say it loud. Are you in or are you out? It's time to tell me now. I can't keep hiding. I just wanna be found. It's time for you to let me go. Please don't ever let me know. It's time for you to let me go. Drag me down and stand the cold. I know that I was someone you needed. Feel defeated by who you became. I'm done with living just for the weekend. I don't mean it when I say I'm okay. Night and day, I still wanna dance in your parade. But you change your lane, and I know you now. You're lost in your own crowd. It's time to figure out. We sit in silence. I wish you say it loud. Are you in or are you out? It's time to tell me now. I can't keep hiding. I just wanna be found. It's time for you to let me go. Please don't ever let me
And so we are going to be good boys and girls. Call it early tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow. This guy's probably rehearse these things before I come up here. Dan a dude. Funny enough, Dan was the least known celebrity we invited, but due to some unfortunate cancellations, he has now become the most famous person at this party. If you're interested, his book is in the bathroom. It's that quick of a read, so you've probably noticed it in the bathroom. He's very well known for a bajillion-dollar listing and straight-to-DVD movie Donor Party. Yeah. So well done, Dan and Cobra Kai. You've heard from like my brother, which is my side, Bob, Audrey's side, Annie, but really, Dan is the only speaker tonight that really knows Audiaa. I can't believe I just said that, but Audiaa as best friends. Like he calls himself a throuple. We don't call him that. He calls himself that, and I hope he gets a girlfriend soon. But he literally is our mutual best friend, and it's so fitting for him to say the last words tonight.
Hi, everybody. I would like to welcome everybody to Dia and Audrey's Thanksgiving in the Desert, also known as the last day of Dia's weight loss journey. Congrats, Dia. For anyone interested in Dia's next phase, a betting pool has already started. We'll put him on a scale in 30 days, and the over-under is 220 pounds.
I need the mic back.
For those of you who don't know me, honestly, shame on you, okay? I had a blue check mark before you could buy one. For those of you wondering why I am giving a speech right now, I will tell you, this was pure, unadulterated extortion. You see, like many of you, I had some concerns about attending this wedding. I made calls to friends and family, getting opinions, very few of them encouraging. And I swear to you, Dia and Audrey tapped my phone. Because just as I was ready to call them to cancel, I got a call from Dia, pain in his voice. Dan, you're not gonna believe it. So many of our good friends aren't coming to the wedding, but thank God you're not one of those people. You're our best friend. And as our best friend, we would love to ask you to speak at our wedding. This was not from the heart. It was purely strategic to get me here, because they know how huge my ego is, and that I would never pass up an opportunity of being in front of an audience, no matter the risk. And thus here I am. However, this topic of me being a best friend, you heard Dia say it, that's the real reason that I'm here. But the story started way before Dia and Audrey met. 23 years ago, when I was a freshman in college, I know, I look great, I met my first best friend in this saga, Dia's older brother, Omar Noor. Omar was like nobody I had ever met before. He didn't drink alcohol, yet he was fearless when it came to approaching women. He never touched drugs, yet he acted like he was on a constant IV drip of cocaine and meth. He had lived in America for decades, yet he spoke English like an illegal alien whose clothes were still wet from swimming across the Rio Grande. He would say outlandish things like, Dan, did you know shisha is good for your lung capacity? And it makes you a better athlete? The guy was a complete lunatic, and I loved him. We were inseparable. We both graduated from Johns Hopkins with honors in pre-med and decided to ditch our fields of study to follow our dreams. I became a successful comedian, and Omar became a shoe salesman. But alas, our best friendship ended when he decided to move to Dubai. I was hoping he was gonna travel by rowboat, but instead he took the plane, so he actually made it all the way there. Too soon? Too soon? You can see the documentary. It's streaming on Quibi. But much like when one iPhone gets old and used, it was time to upgrade to the shinier new iPhone. And I made my new best friend, Omar Noor 2.0, Dia Noor. Dia was a breath of fresh air, if that air were laced with MDMA. A party animal who loved life like nobody I had ever met. He drove an orange Lamborghini, went to the finest restaurants, ordering seconds and thirds of anything with black truffle and caviar. His routine before going out for the night was keys, wallet, cell phone, passport. Because you never know. And by the way, that is not a joke. Dia has had moments out where he's taken spontaneous international trips from a random night out. This guy was James Bond with a perm. And he owned a cool bike company called Ventum, which had amazing endorsements from people like Lance Armstrong. Because we all know the secret to that guy's success was his awesome bike. Sorry, Christian. I had also never met anyone more generous and happy all the frickin' time. Sorry, child. He's on his iPad. It's okay. Dia is like a 5-year-old kid who won the lottery. And while it was a blast, it was impossible to keep up with. It's too expensive. It's unsustainable. I went broke. I went into foreclosure, bankruptcy, debated selling a kidney just so that I could have one more dinner with Dia. I was ready to give up on the whole best friend enterprise, and then he met the person who would become my next best friend, Audrey. Audrey is the personification of sunshine. I would say that she has a heart of gold, but that's the wrong metaphor, because that gives her heart value, and Audrey's spirit is priceless. That was good, right? Yeah. ChatGPT, baby. Audrey took a job in LA and ended up staying at one of my properties for almost a year. That's right, I own multiple properties. What's up, Courtney? Anyway, Audrey and I basically lived together and we became, say it with me, best friends. We would come home from work each day, crack open a bottle of Cru Beaujolais, go out to fun restaurants and bars where an endless supplies of guys would hit on her. And I would say, keep walking, she's taken. And they'd say, by who? And I'd say, by my best friend, Dia. And they'd say, oh, that's too bad. And I'd say, wait, why wouldn't you think she and I were together? And they would say, ha ha ha, and walk away. And then I'd cry myself to sleep. I need therapy. Anyway. The reason Audrey was such a hit in LA is because Audrey breaks all the rules of LA girls. She's beautiful and smart. Not allowed in my town. It's one or the other. Pick a lane. Either you look like a model and think the earth is flat, or you're a successful architect who looks like Shrek. You can't have it all. But Audrey somehow does. In our time together, I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that my two best friends were made for each other. Mostly because of how crestfallen they both were to be apart from each other and how ecstatic they were whenever they were reunited. Hey guys, keep it down. I'm gonna get... Shit. Wait. I lost my page. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Oh, okay. Hello, my name is Dan Adut. Please negotiate for my release. I'm currently in a tunnel. Oh no, that's wrong speech. That's for 3 days from now. So how do I manage having 3 best friends when you can only have one true best friend? Well, as a practicing Christian, don't blow my cover. I think we should turn to scripture for the answer. Much like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are 3 separate entities that come together to make one God. Omar, Dia, and Audrey are my best friend, Holy Trinity. In that spirit, please raise your glasses for a toast. Dia and Audrey, look around you. These are all your real best friends. The people who made it to your wedding. While the world has given us many excuses to not be here today, these are the people who wouldn't miss this wedding for the world. Cheers! I love you.
I
Ben not the end of the